Vue.js コアメンバー、ボラー JS 作者、ジョンソン・チュー様によるセッション、5年間におけるVue言語ツールの進化をお届けします。ジョンソン、are you ready?
Yes.
OK。それではよろしくお願いいたします。
Hello everyone, I'm Johnson Chu. I'm from Hong Kong. I'm the creator of Vue language tools, or more people call it Vola. Today I will share with you Vue language tooling development history in the past 5 years. Before 2029, I'm a game developer. I use Unity, Flash, Cocos on my work. At 2020, I find my first front-end job because I'm interested in web development in a while. I chose Vue for my first and ever front-end project. When I really making a website, I was shocked by front-end technology at that time, mainly Vue reactivity. In my opinion, Vue reactivity is a groundbreaking method to implement automate on demand. Vue reactivity is a groundbreaking method to implement automate on demand recalculation. On the other side, I think Vue have correctly designed low-cost abstraction of HTML and CSS, so I will not lose the chance to learning HTML and CSS when using Vue. Vue is perfect to me, but the only drawback is that for me, Vue ID experience is not good enough. Vector is the official ID plugin of Vue at 2020. It is the first ID plugin improving fully ID support for Meta framework, and Sapphire language tools is built on top of Vector. The creator of Vector was VS Code team member before. We can see that Vector using a similar method as VS Code HTML extension to support embedded language. It is a simple and effective method, which replace all the text to spacing but only keep the embedded language content, so the result can just provide to the embedded language service directly. But when using Vector, I found that the experience is not good enough compared to native TypeScript. I used TypeScript for a lot in the past and also have high expect of TypeScript development experience in Vue SFC. But there is some problems about performance and functional. I have TypeScript language service knowledge from my game development experience, so I have some improved ideas, and I think maybe I can make a new VS Code plugin. How? For the performance issue, we should ensure TypeScript language service performance in a minimum improvement, and make sure there is low performance rejection when adding new features. For script setup, support and TypeScript support in template, we can switch the spacing replace method to code mapping, which allow complete visual code generation. The last point is that I think Vue reactivity is possible to use in code generation for incremental calculation optimization. And with that, maybe finally we can resolve all the problems of Vector. I decided to create a new VS Code plugin. It's named Vola. The name is from my favorite song. The vision of Vola is that to bring native TypeScript level development experience to Vue. Today, Vola has implemented 6 solutions for Vue ID support over the past 5 years. In the first improvement, we have a single language server as the Vue language features provider. It is the same method as Vector, but Vue as an extended language of TypeScript, which have a few limitations. The first limitation is about performance. In language server, TypeScript semantic features can be very slow. Since TypeScript API is synced, Vue language server is not able to process the next LSP request until TypeScript finishes the current task. So if TypeScript takes 5 seconds in type checking, when user execute formatting, they may also take 5 seconds for waiting ID response. So we have the second solution, multiple language servers. We start 2 language servers for Vue language support. One server for semantic features, the other feature for syntax features. Since the syntax server do not need type information, it can quickly respond LSP requests. It greatly improves the response time in human feeling. In fact, TypeScript server have the same optimization, and Vola is that we invent it. The second limitation is that TypeScript server do not have any information about Vue SFC. So it cannot take care of the result in Vue files when user execute file reference or renaming in TS files. Other than that, when user import a Vue file in TS file, TypeScript just report the cannot find module error. Oh, sorry. I think the slider is not updated. So we have the solution 3, TypeScript plugin. With TypeScript plugin, we can block the original language service in TypeScript server and use the language service of Vue instead of. When user execute file reference in a TypeScript file, TypeScript server is actually using Vola to calculate the result. But this method has a big problem. It takes about triple memory use compared to a pure TypeScript project. There is 3 TypeScript language services, one from Vue language server, one from TypeScript server, and the last one from Vue TypeScript plugin. Since Vue language server really implement all the TypeScript features, it is actually have the ability to support TypeScript files. So we bring out takeover mode. When user disable the built-in TypeScript extension in VS Code, Vola will automate takeover language support for Vue files. Vue TypeScript plugin is not needed in takeover mode, and now we can reduce memory use a lot. Takeover mode is effective, but the problem is it cannot out of the box to user if they need to disable TypeScript extension. Another problem is when using Vue language server in TS file, it can bring Vola drawback to TS file, especially the auto import cache logic of TypeScript server is difficult porting to Vola. In the past solution, we can see that there is always some weak points. If Vue implement its own TypeScript server, we can never have first-class TypeScript development experience in Vue SFC. So what if takeover Vue support in TS server? This is the most difficult work in my life, but after 7 months of development, we have made it working. In this method, Vue's semantic filter is taken over by TypeScript servers, but syntax filter is still supported by Vue language server. So we call this method hybrid mode. You can see that with hybrid mode, the performance, memory use, functional, all meet native TypeScript level now, and completely out of the box to user. Now the final problem is hybrid mode is not stable. There is some feature we cannot move to TypeScript plugin, and it is still remain in Vue language server. We need to have a method to get type information in Vue language server. Consider out of the box of other IDEs. We use name pipe for connection between language server and TypeScript plugin. And Vue language server is still able to get type information in this structure. So how to resolve the last problem? We decide to not care out of the box of other IDE anymore. And we can remove the name pipes. And we use the LSP connection to forwarding requests instead. Finally, we have resolved the last weak point. Look back to the reason at the time begin, we did. Before I finish my talk, I would like to show you the overview of all the solutions, and you can clearly see the difference. So this is my share. Thanks for your join.